In this video I'm going to show you how to make the perfect meringue. We get it nice and crispy on the outside and chewy in the middle. Basically what we need for this one is egg whites. So I've got about 4 egg whites, caster sugar and a bit of tartaric acid, which is going to help to stabilize the egg whites. I'm just going to give you a few tips before we start. First tip would be don't get any egg yolk in your egg whites, otherwise it's going to prevent it from whipping up, and we don't want that. Tip 2 would be to separate your eggs one by one, just in case it happens. Sometimes you get a bad egg, or you get a bit of egg yolk in it. You can keep it aside and then start again. The third tip would be, as I said before, use the tartaric acid. It's going to help stabilize the egg white. What's going to happen if you see that your egg white while you're beating it, they go all weird and kind of like grainy, and it basically means that you're over whipping it. So just try and prevent that. The tartaric acid will help. Alright, so I've got 4 egg white there, so this is just separated. Just add it to the bowl. Alright, so put that aside. Just gonna start whipping it. Just a little bit, about a teaspoon. About a teaspoon of tartaric acid is fine. I'm just going to show you, I've whipped up the eggs, so they're just soft, big, don't quite hold the peak yet, but they're getting there. So that's when we're going to start adding the sugar. Alright, so we're going to whip it again and start adding the sugar gradually. So don't add it too quick, but just slowly. I'm just going to have a look. You just need to whisk it until all the sugars is dissolved. So a good trick to learn is just rub it between your fingers, and if you can feel the grain of sugar still, that means it's not whipped enough. So we're just going to whip it for a little bit longer. Alright, done. So we're going to do. See, look at that, quite firm, and then if you can feel there's no more grainy sugar in there, it's all dissolved. So what we're going to do, just use a little bit of the meringue, just put it at 4 corners. The 4 corners of your tray is going to hold the baking paper down, and then put some baking paper. You're going to do it with a spoon. If you got a piping bag with a nozzle in the end, you can do that. You can also add a bit of coloring if you want, just to have a bit more fun with it. Alright, so just about that size. Once again, the shape doesn't have to be perfect. It's what homemade food is all about. It doesn't have to be perfect. Look at that. Nice. As you can see, it's nice and shiny and silky as well. So that's what you want. That's what you want to get. Obviously, the bigger you make them, the longer they're going to take to dry. So I've turned on my oven and at 150. What you can do with the meringue is once they're baked, with a small knife or like with a pencil or something like that, you can make a hole at the bottom, and say if you got like some raspberry jam or Nutella butter, just you can stuff them. You can fill them with a bit of jam, just to add something different, a bit of another bit of acidity to it. And that go perfectly well for say an afternoon tea or something like that. Alright, so just gonna pop this in the oven. So I've made about 6 meringues. You can make more if you make them a bit smaller. I'm just gonna pop them in the oven for 25 minutes, and then I'll show you what they look like after that time, and then we'll put them back on with the oven off for about an hour. Alright guys, so it's been about 25 minutes in the oven. As you can see, they just crispy on the outside, and that's really lightly colored a little bit. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna pop them back in the oven, turn the oven off, put them back in, and leave them to slowly finish up for about say an hour and a quarter, something about that. And then we'll have the taste, guys. Alright guys, here we go. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes. I've left them in the oven, and then you can check them. Since it sounds a bit hollow, they're ready. And let's try one. Here we go. Perfect, delicious. A bit crispy on the outside, still chewy in the middle. That's what you want. Look at that. If you like the video, please subscribe and like it. You can even share it if you wish. Don't forget to check my blog for the full recipes and pictures. Please leave a comment below if you want, or if you got any question, contact me at lefamierblog@gmail.com. À bientôt for the next video, guys. See you soon.